Well, how often do you hear it argued that the government talks about everything other than those things which affect the everyday lives of the people who vote? The one thing that's characterised Pauline Hanson during her entire political career is her ability to sense those things which matter to what I've always called struggle street, those things which pass the pub test. Pauline Hanson and her One Nation party have had conspicuous success this week. She submitted a motion to the Senate calling on the federal government to reject critical race theory in the national curriculum. The Senate, oddly enough, supported the motion, 30 votes to 28. She's also argued that child maintenance payments should be quarantined in a bank account or a welfare card, which then could only be used to pay for children's expenses such as food, education and healthcare. She further said that parents with equal custody should pay their own costs of raising the children. She made the very valid point that children are often abandoned in broken marriages and never see a brass razoo in child support. She's deputy chair of a parliamentary inquiry into family law, which has received thousands of submissions. But not lost on Pauline is a statement with a colourful ring to it. She's arguing that the child support money should be quarantined into a bank account or a welfare card and not spent on cartons of beer or Botox. These are both big issues. Pauline Hanson joins me. Pauline, thank you for your time. Firstly, there's critical race theory, which put simply, critical race theory believes that societies like Australia are built on racism and that we're a racist country and we view everything in terms of race, gender and ethnicity. Pauline, it's one thing to win a Senate vote to keep this stuff out of the curriculum. How the hell do you make sure it happens?
Well, I got the government to actually vote with my bill to reject critical race theory in our curriculum, national curriculum. Now it's my job to keep them true to their word and ensure that I keep following this up in future. It has been creeping into our educational system through our universities, and people think this is not a worry. It sure is, because it's reverse racism against white people. That's why these boys in Victoria are asked to stand up and acknowledge they are oppressors, they are privileged, white privilege. Even the Deputy President in the Parliament has said that the people are white privileged. So I turned around and said to her, well, if you are white privileged, then hand your chair over to Patrick Dodson or Melanie Deary to be the Deputy Chair of the President of the Senate. Guess what? It hasn't happened. So, you know,
Pauline,
we really have to stand up against it.
Well, in America, as you most probably know, 5 states have passed legislation banning critical race theory in schools. Why shouldn't we do that?
Well, we should do it. But I had to practically take the government kicking and screaming to actually support it. We have got lefties in the Liberal Party that are infiltrated. They should be on the benches of the Labor or the Greens, actually, with their thinking. They have lost the conservative values. I'm trying to pull that back, Alan. I'm trying to give people the values of the conservative side of politics in Australia before it's lost forever. So I'm going to hold them to account. I'm grateful they voted for it, but they had to go along with it, because otherwise they're going to lose a lot of their support to One Nation. And I'll tell the voters out there, it's only having One Nation there that we're keeping on track with the conservative values of this nation, because they're quite willing just to throw it away down the drain.
Absolutely.
And it's not about education, it's all about indoctrination that's happening here.
Indoctrination it is. I mean, Ted Cruz,
and they're actually pushing the fact is...
Just for my viewers' benefit, the Republican Senator Ted Cruz said it simply. He said critical race theory is where every white person is a racist. And that's where education is. Pauline's right. Education's becoming indoctrination.
And we're supposed to apologise for the fact is that because we're white, we're supposed to be the oppressors. We're the white privileged. Well, it's not. We are not a racist country. The fact is we, the taxpayers, give monies to people who come here of different coloured skins, and we give them the opportunity to learn English, to actually blend into our society. We are not a racist nation. I refuse to accept that. There are some people that are racist. They are bigots. Yes, by all means. But the general public are not racist, and I will not accept it.
Good on you. I just would make this point. If a school is teaching this stuff, critical race theory, simple, suspend their funds. Just like, of course, Mark Vaile have been cancelled as Chancellor of Newcastle University. Why doesn't the federal government say to Newcastle University, we're not telling you what to do, we, the government, will tell you what we're going to do, no taxpayers' money, while a university administration submits to this kind of bullying and intimidation. Pauline, to this very important issue you've raised, it's a raw nerve, child care, child maintenance payments You want sweeping reform of the child support system.
Oh, Alan, certainly I do. A lot of parents are using the kids as pawns, and basically they won't allow the other parent access or have them for any lengthy period of time because of the child maintenance that they get out of the other parent. It's leaving parents paupers, cannot pay their bills. They're moving back into the family's home because they can't afford to put a roof over their head. It is nothing but an industry that's going on by many parents, and there are also those parents who don't get any child support or help or assistance. Take the money, the dollar value out of it, and I tell you now, a lot of these parents will say to the other one, well, you take the kids this weekend, I want a break, but they don't do it because out of pure spite or purely for the money fact.
Correct.
I spoke to the former Attorney General, Christian Porter, and I said, OK, parents are fed up and they're thrown in their jobs and they're not working, going on to the welfare system because they're fed up with putting long hours into it and having to pay this enormous amount in child support. If you're on $191,000 a year, you're paying possibly $40,000+ a year for 2 children. That's out of your gross income, not the net. You haven't even paid tax on it. So I'm saying take the dollar value out of it. Do child support on a 38-hour week. Overtime or second job doesn't come into the equation.
Yes.
Both parents brought the children into the world. You are both responsible for rearing that child.
Good on you.
So
and you also
they're my
said,
main issues.
No. I mean, you've said if there's 50-50 custody, no one should pay child support.
Well, no, they shouldn't. And both parents, as far as I'm concerned, Ellen, if you actually say, how much does it cost a week to rear a child? 120, 150 a week. Well, you both brought the child in the world, split that value, you both are responsible and pay that. Not the taxpayer, you as parents are responsible for the rearing of that child.
Brilliant. Now listen, you make another excellent point about prenuptial agreements to be built into the Family Law Act to stop gold-digging spouses claiming assets accumulated before marriage. Now, what you're basically saying is if you earned this X and Y before the marriage, you keep the X and Y. Anything that's been earned after the marriage, you divvy up 50-50. That's what you're saying?
Correct. And your superannuation. Before that also included in it. And Alan, I actually are true to my own words, what I've done in the past. My ex-husband, he bought the land at 15, he built his own home. I moved into a home that I improved over a 9-year period. We actually started a business from day dot because the plumber employed 3 people. I walked out of that marriage with nothing. I never touched the house. I never touched the business. And I was fair with that. And that's what people have to realise. I do believe what you accumulate, your time together, you should split by all means. But you don't go in there and rip the guts out of someone who's worked hard for an asset, for a property, their superannuation that they worked hard for before they knew you. Split what you've worked together for.
Do you get sick of me telling you you are outstanding? That's superb presentation, Pauline. Keep at it. You're absolutely on the right tram. Out there, they're cheering, I'm going to tell you. Good to talk to you. You're looking terrific too.
Thanks,
is that a sexist comment? Is that a sexist comment, is it? Can I say you're looking
Ellen,
okay?
Say it more and more. At my age, I love to hear it, Ellen. OK, no problem with that. I'm not a feminist by no means. I love that comment.
There you are. Good on you, Pauline. There she is, Pauline. What do my viewers think? Email me. Come on, making sense, isn't she? Alan@skynews.com.au or the text line 0414 000 848.